What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today, we're going to be looking at my boy Gideon. Gideon just got a pretty good buff, so we're going to go ahead and look at his deck build. I'm running Intellect and Death with Gideon, and this is how I'm building him. So, if you don't want to stay for the whole video, you can look at the bottom of the screen there. You can see the cards that I'm building him with. And if you want to stay for my explanation, here we go. So usually I start out with the font of experience. The reason for that, you will get your ultimate, especially if your opponent isn't running it as well. You'll get your ultimate probably about when they're at level 3. Maybe they'll get to level 4, but you'll have your ultimate before them. And of course, you're probably playing Gideon mid lane, more than likely. Having your ultimate first gives you the potential to kill your opponent so much quicker. So I like to go ahead and grab the font of experience first. Now, this card right here, the Rejuvenator, I like this card and I keep it in most of my caster decks. This card right here, grab it whenever you have to go back unexpectedly or when you have some spare gold and you want to go back. Whenever you can go back. If you have the 300 gold, go ahead and grab the Rejuvenator, especially if you have a spot open. It's worth the gold. You get 2 charges now and you gain 12 health regen and 10 mana regen. I think it's for like 14 seconds or something like that. But you get 2 charges now. So I mean, it's very worth it, and it will definitely keep you in the fight. It will definitely keep you alive. And if you pop them like back to back, you basically get more than half your health and mana back. So it's pretty good overall. Now this card right here, Restorative Learning. This card right here gives you, so restores 5% max health and 5% max mana per second for 3 seconds after leveling up. Now this card right here, I only equipped it if I have a free spot open and I'm just floating that one intellect point. I'll go ahead and get the Restorative Learning. It is a good card early game. Late game, it does start to fall off a little bit. It's not quite as useful, but early game, it's a good card to have. It'll keep you in the fight for sure. So if you do have a spare point laying around, like you have 4 points, go ahead and grab this. Now next up, we have these 2 cards here. Now Mana Flow Alkalite, I don't equip this card as often anymore, but it still is a good card early game. Once you get 3 points, you can go ahead and equip the Mana Flow. The reason I like it, it gives you the 9 power, which is good, but also with each point that you put into Intellect, you gain 0.5 power and a 0.5 max mana. So I like that card for that reason, especially early game. You can keep it on for a while, stack some power, stack some mana, and that's all good right there, because those are all things that are good on Gideon. Now right here, Supply Surgeon, I love this card because the 110 mana is awesome on its own, but the active is also great. Mana Shout gives you restores 150 mana. They just increased that too, so it used to be less than that, and that was 150 to nearby allies. So I like that right there because you also get that mana, and it does have a pretty long cooldown, 85 seconds, but that right there will refresh your mana enough to get a rock off, and that could be the difference between your opponent dying and not dying. So I like having this card in here. When I get 6 points, these are usually the cards that I have equipped, and then I might have the restorative potion. So yeah, those are usually what I do early game. Now once I get 4 points, once I get around 7 points, I'll usually discard the Mana Flow Alkalite, and I'll go ahead and grab Invader Mage. Invader Mage gives you the 13 power and then the spell penetration. I like that right there. Invader Mage, it just makes you hit harder, period. So I like having that card on early. Power Tap, we're not going to use Power Tap until in game. Once we have our final build, that's when we'll start using Power Tap. Because for this build, I only spec into Intellect. I don't spec into Growth at all. Once I have my 25 points into Intellect, the rest of my gold goes straight into Power Tap, so increasing my power by 15%. So at end game, that's what I do with the rest of my gold. Now right here we have the Soldier of Fortune. Now they've changed the way this card works a little bit. Now it looks like you pay 500 gold on top of the for intellect. I still think the card is worth it though, because they increased the amount of bonus gold that you get and the amount of experience that you get. I wish they would have lowered the cooldown a little bit though, especially since I gave it a gold cost. But every minute and 30 seconds you can kill 1 minion just off rip, and you get bonus gold, bonus experience for doing so. It gives you 100 mana and 40 mana regen. So a good card overall. I don't prioritize it over Invader Mage anymore though, especially now that you have to pay gold for it. But if you can get it, it still might be worth it, especially if you're behind. You know, it'll help you get ahead a little bit. Now, right here, these are my final 3 cards usually. So we got the Thaumaturge, and this card gives you 8 power, 105 mana, and then empowering mana, power. Our passive, gain power equal to 1% max mana, and then overflow, passive. Gain 4 max mana whenever you deal damage to an enemy hero. Max up to 300. So this right here, I like this card. It does help you hit much harder. I like how these guys look very much alike too. But it does make you hit much harder, and it gives you a nice boost in mana as well. So I think that's a good card for in-game. This card right here, Atomic Soldier, I think this card is good for any caster really, because 10% on top of your ability damage, you can't beat that. Gives you 17 power, 145 mana, which of course pairs well with this card here, the Thaumaturge. And yeah, you can't beat that right there. I'd say always equip this on your casters. And the last card we have is the Sleeper Agent. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really running a Sleeper Agent too much. I do see it every once in a while, but the Sleeper Agent gives you 14 power, 140 mana, and then Gag Order. It costs 100 mana and has a 45-second cooldown, but it silences a target enemy for 3 seconds. The target takes 15% increased damage. Now, thing to note about this card, they did reduce the range, and I'll admit the range was a little ridiculous, especially with Gideon, because you could you could silence somebody, give them that 15% damage increase, and then throw a rock on them from downtown, and you could just destroy somebody. So it is a good thing that they did reduce the range a little bit. The range is still pretty good. I think it's like 950 now instead of 700. I'm talking off the top of my head though, but it's still pretty good range, and it's good for dealing with like Countess or Gadget, any caster really, but any hero. So those are my final cards right here, these last 3. And once I have all these cards equipped, that'll be 25 intellect. All the rest of my gold goes straight into power tap, giving me more and more power as we go along. So if the game does go to distance, you'll still be getting stronger as you go, and your rocks will be hitting so hard. So that's how I'm building Gideon. I'm going to try to throw some gameplay at the end of this so you can kind of see how it looks. Alright people, thank you for sticking around for the gameplay. If you made it this far, make sure to drop in the comments that you made it to the gameplay, because I know a lot of people click off like as soon as the deck build is over. So I realized in this gameplay I wasn't talking at all. Like I was saying nothing. And I think part of that is because I'm so used to streaming now. Like when I play by myself, I don't say anything, and it's weird. I thought I would just be talking like automatically, but I I was not. Like it was just me breathing. So I figured I'd do a little voiceover here, just so there's something, not just the sound of Gideon going pew pew. But right here, this Greystone guy, hecka thirsty. He was going in for the Bellica. She ends up getting away. We hit him with that double stun real quick. Not stun, but double snare. And Bellica ends up getting around the bend there. But Greystone keeps going after my girl. Like, he's not done. He's not giving up on the night. And here he comes again. Now he's coming after me, but I zip on up out of there. And now this is where I got confused, because Bellica comes back down. And I'm like, what the hell you doing, girl? So she comes back down. I come over here with the quick 2-tap for him, that 2-piece special. Richter's chasing me through the jungle now, but I end up getting away from this, man. Richter didn't want these problems anyway. Zip on out of there. GG. Yo, low-key, I like the way these turrets look. I know a lot of people are feeling that other side, but I'm feeling this down side. It's beautiful. And there I go breathing. So right here, we're running off through the jungle. And I see my Bellic is getting chased down again. Like, she's staying in trouble. I missed that real quick. So I ult more so to keep her alive than anything. Now, I don't know why she stops here, because he has no mana. Like, she should have kept going at that point. But she stayed in. I missed my rock when I came out of my ult, and I could have probably I probably could have saved her if I would have hit that. But it's how it is. I'm not the best Gideon. I don't play him super often, so I do miss some rocks. I'm used to like Gadget and Bellica more so than Gideon, so you know how it is. Like right here, I missed the Iggy too, but you know what? It's all right. Iggy's squirrely, right? She dodged it. Let's just say that. So, one thing though, you definitely feel the Gideon buff a little bit, because I feel like I was a lot harder to deal with in this match, especially considering that like I'm not the most experienced Gideon. So I don't know how much he needed the buff. I felt like Gideon was always a pretty solid hero, but it definitely does. it does help. You can definitely say that. So right here, I don't have my full build or even close to full build. All I have is Atomic Soldier, and then I have the Surgeon card giving me that mana back. So you know, I'm not super strong right now, but I'm doing all right. Right here, we got these two Goombas in the mid, but we're cutting off. And of course, somebody took the buff already, but it's all right. It was already 40 seconds in. So right here, now this Sparrow, she gets cocky. Hit her with a rock, hit her with the stun, and I keep saying the stun, hit her with the burden. Then we go ahead and we just double up on her real quick. Easy peasy. Now, I don't know what the hell their Sparrow was thinking, though. Because she ended up getting killed like that a couple of times. Not by me all the time, obviously, but by a couple of people. She was getting caught out pretty easy. And this Greystone right here, look at him. He thirsty for it. He say he ain't here to mow the line. He here to fight. I keep missing that burden. Hit him with that rock, though. And I see my Quangadang down there waiting for him. Oh, but he hits that quick one. Alright. And I can't catch him with that. Let's see. Hit him with this. Bam. But yeah, he ends up getting away. He's a quicken. So he hit that crispy turn on my Quang. Now that was good. So right here, we're pushed up to their inhibs now. So we're doing pretty good. Now I was gonna dive on this Iggy, but I thought better of it. Simply because you don't want to get greedy. I played very passively at this part in the game. Passively in the sense that like I wasn't chasing kills. I was trying to get this inhib down. Because I know a lot of people they go for the guts. You know, like they try to go for the kills. I was just trying to get this tower, and I rotated over here a couple of times, see if I could get this Sparrow, but she kept dodging me. And this Greystone still again getting pushy. He know he ain't catching me, but he keeps trying. I don't think he has his ult right now. Now I thought that rock hit, but apparently it did not. My Quang chops him down with the quickness though, and he's still going in, but he backs out. Good. And they do not follow us, which is smart on their part. If they would have followed us in, Quang could have did some serious damage to him. Cause no lie, Quang, he's pretty tough. I mean. And he got that little buff too. The radius of his abilities is now increased. So I mean, the man, he's formidable. You can definitely say that. Now, on the right side, you see that they pushing in a little bit, but we ain't gonna worry about that. Rick Bay over here. Let's go ahead and throw a rock on him real quick, and we missed. We missed a lot of rocks. I ain't gonna lie, we missed a lot of rocks. But it is what it is. And then this Fang Mao trying to get me with the gank. Your boy got 30, what was that, 33 health. We hit this corner on him real quick. Dive out again. Ooh, we leaving him, boy. Yo. Yeah, you hear me in the background, cousin. Yeah, because I thought I was dead, bruh. But we get on up out of there. Easy peasy. So right here, we're at the end of the game. This Sparrow thinks she's about to get away. I hit this teleport on her real quick. Line up the rock. Boom. It's a wrap, baby girl. Baby girl. Now Greystone's over here. I don't know if I hit him with that burden. I don't think so. Now he peels off me for some reason, which gives me the opportunity for this right here. Perfect timing. Let me in. Give me that booty. And boom. Rap City. And just like that, we get to eat their core up. Greystone and I going in. 2-man death squad. Let's get it. And that's a GG. Now, if ever you get an opportunity like this, like when everybody's down, you're at their core, just go for it. Like I see a lot of people, they like back off and like, let's go get Prime. Like, nah. Kill it. Destroy it. Make them pay. People, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed the deck build, if you think it'll help you, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know that you like the build. I went 5-2-5 with this one. Like I said, I'm not the most experienced Gideon, but this build does seem to work. Also, if you made it to the end of the video, also drop that in the chat too. Let me know you made it to the end. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna just leave my voice in there. I ain't even gonna edit that out. In any case, thank you for watching, people. Have a great night or day. This is Orseofkorse. We'll see you in the next video or live stream. Peace.